G'day guys, welcome to another layout. This one is so good. I love this. I've worked it out. Okay, so you know how we all use mica powder, and this is how we use it, and we put it down, we stamp our sticky. This is what I've figured out works. If you use your sticky pad, right? So I use the VERSAMARK watermark pad, stamp it down, then go over it with your mica powder. Aha! But then what happens is your mica powder just dusts off and it goes, and what are you supposed to do? I've come up with a solution, guys. I found the solution. And I kid you not, it works. I've tested it. I've tested on heaps of things and it works. So I love the look of this. I love the look of mica powder and the shimmer and the shine and all the shimmery goodness. I love it all, right? So dusting it off, shaking off the extra dust. Now, here is my spray bottle. You saw it very quickly there. In my spray bottle, I have put rubbing alcohol, so isocol if you're an Aussie, rubbing alcohol, and a tiny bit of Mod Podge. I've put that in a bottle. I've added a couple of ball bearings to it, and I have mixed it up. I've tested it and it works a treat. Now I've sprayed that over the top and the mica powder is going nowhere. Thank you very much. Thanks for asking. Thanks for, yes. Woo! I'm very excited. I'm very, very excited about that. I have to say, it's something that has been bugging me, that I've got all this shimmery goodness there, and how do I use it? And how do I get it to stay on my page? Now I've figured it out. You're welcome. If you want the recipe, I will write it in the description below here, and I will rewrite the recipe for over on my Facebook group, and I will pin it at the top. So you can make your own little sticky recipe, and bingo. I will add a disclaimer. When you spray the alcohol spray, it is very strong. So open a window, do it in a well-ventilated space. But for me, and I'm very, very sensitive to strong smells, I had the fan on, I sprayed it, it was done, the smell was gone. So it was really, really quick. I mean, you're not spraying it constantly, so it was good. Now, I have cut, these are a couple of PEARTREE cut files. I went crazy with the Black Friday sales, and I grabbed myself some candy canes. Now, this is the one cut file, but I flipped it. So if you have a CRICUT or a Silhouette, or a Brother ScanNCut, your electric cutting machine, you can, look what I just did then. Did you see what I just did? I just colored them all in. Anyway, so I put the cut file into the design space, and then I duplicated it and I flipped it. So if you would like to know how to do that, I'm more than happy to do a quick tips and techniques video for you if you would like. It is super simple, and it gives you a mirror image of the same cut file. That way you can use it on the left and the right side of your layout. Now I'm using my, I think I used Barn Door. Was it Barn Door I used then? I think so. Maybe Candy Apple. And Lumberjack Plaid and Pine Needles Distress Oxide inks. Now I'm coming in with my titles. Now these, what I'm actually colouring here is actually my offset, which I created. It's a 0.111 offset that I created with my title. I haven't done my titles like this in a little while, and I've been missing it. I did them for ages. I did them like almost every layout. I was doing my titles like this, and I don't want you guys to get bored with what I'm showing you, so I try and mix it up a little bit. I use a bit of thickers. I use a little bit of ready-made titles, you know, like Vicky Booten and Paige Evans, and they have all, you know, all the American crafts, they have titles and stuff like that. So, but I do love me a really good ink blended title with a nice offset. I absolutely love that. So this title needed to go down very early in the piece, otherwise it was not quite, I probably should have made it just ever so slightly smaller. You can see there I sort of struggle to get it to niche in with each other. So yeah, but it works. It works. It came in and it was fine. So I did want to put 3 photos on this layout though, and my candy canes were a little bit large. So where there is a will, there is a way. So I decided that I would put them in a sort of T shape. So because the 2 little girls were in red and then Taylor was in green, I sort of went with that option. So even though the T, it's like top heavy, but it works. Totally works. Now this piece of wood that I'm using is out of the Craft Consortium Wood Textures paper pad, and it was a leftover that was just sitting next to me, and I've actually used it on a couple of layouts in a row. It's just a bit of leftover. So I love wood textures, especially around Christmas. I do not know what it is, but I absolutely love it. Now, this one is a power scrap. This is me bringing back the power scrap for the silly season. The reason I'm bringing it back is because we all need a factory reset occasionally, and the power scrap does that for me. It gets me to stop overthinking and stop over processing to the point that sometimes I feel like every single video I have to teach something new, and that becomes exhausting. And I mean, I do create 6 videos a week, so it can be a little bit, you know, full on. So over the silly season, I decided that I was going to chuck in some new bits and pieces when I'm thinking of them, but I need to do a bit of a factory reset and get some content out there that is quick, easy to consume, easy to get your juices flowing if you've only got sort of half an hour to an hour in the craft room because you're in between family or you're checking the turkey or you're whatever you're doing. And I figure make it sort of more like bite-sized pieces. So these videos are slightly shorter and they are straight to the point because I figure over Christmas, New Year, this is what we probably need. So don't worry, I'm still going to be doing my other videos as well. I will have some other longer ones up as well, but you know, this is just to make sure that everyone's got a little piece of the pie that they can consume in the amount of time they've got to consume it. That's what I want to do. So, and I mean, of course, the videos are always there. You can come back to them in February if you like, March, April, May, June, next year. Totally your call. Now, I absolutely love the candy canes. I love how they turned out. Initially, I thought they would look a little bit funny because I did the candy canes fully red, but the white lines look fine. Now I am going over the top of my family. Check this out. This is power scrap style. Color it quickly. Done. So that is my Nuvo, what's it called? Nuvo Glacier Paste in Winter White. And the trick with doing it like that is you need to get it down, and before it has a chance to dry, you've got to get all these little pieces out real quick, because otherwise it's going to glue it all together. So that's what I did there. And this was a little bit tricky because I wanted to do, Carmel actually told me it's probably over 12 months now. And she said to me, why don't you just put the glue on the letter? Well, I would have, except this time I was going down on ink. And if I didn't get it underneath the letter, it was going to look funny because it was going to activate the oxide. So that's why I did it this way this time. And it was a little bit finicky, actually, to be quite honest with you. But it worked. Worked a treat. It was fine. And I absolutely love how this layout turns out. And let me know if you're going to give the adhesive spray a go, because let me tell you, it is a game changer. If you don't have, little secret on the side. So if you want to give this a try and you haven't outlaid to get any mica powder and you're like, I don't know if it's something that I would like to do. I'm not sure. Should I do it? Shouldn't I do it? You know what? Go to your makeup stash. Go to your child's makeup stash. Their, little kid makeup, go to your eyeshadows, go to your, any of your, we all know we all had a blue eyeshadow from some point in our lives, right? Go and grab it and scrape a little bit of it out, that's your mica powder. That's all it is. So obviously it's got other binding agents and stuff in it, but that's what it is. And give that a try and just use a thick fluffy brush. Use your sticky ink, so your embossing ink. Use that, stamp it down, go for broke. Did you notice then that I had to swap out that piece of tape? Honestly, Shay, I have used this tape so well. I am hoarding this tape, and I reuse it till it just cannot be reused anymore. And that particular piece gave up the ghost. It was done and dusted. It didn't want to play the game any longer. So I think I used it actually on 4 different layouts, which is pretty cool. So if you ever buy the mint tape from scrapbook.com, that's what I'm using there, which was so kindly donated to me by some beautiful subscribers. And I've got to tell you, look at this nightmare I just created for myself. Check it out. I thought I would try and remove the overspray. Instead, all I did was create a big mess. Don't worry, we'll fix it. Now, this is where I learnt, see the star that I've got there? Now, learn from my mistake here. I wanted the red to match perfectly. So instead of going to my cranberry paper, my cardstock, I decided to use my barn door, get it down on the cardstock and then stamp. That's what I was going for. But when I sprayed it with the alcohol, with my adhesive spray, it sort of activated the Distress Oxide. So it didn't quite... I set the oxide first, but obviously it's water reactive. And by spraying the adhesive spray on top of that, it activated it, because obviously it's liquid, and it activated it, and it sort of went, even though I dried it quickly, it looks okay, but in future I would not use it on top of Distress Oxide inks. I would probably only use it on a solid cardstock, either black, white, bold, whatever you want to do. But yeah, I think that for me was it's a lesson learned, and I still use these guys and they still look fine, but it's just, yeah, FYI. So it comes together in the end, and the only reason I ended up doing these, can you see, aren't they pretty? Now, the reason this one compared to that darker one that I've got there, the reason it is a little bit more white, it grabbed onto the Distress Oxide a little bit more. So, but I think it looks fine. I think it looks totally fine. So that was that. And I used the pink instead of the white. I meant to use the white mica powder, but I used the pink and it really reflected and grabbed on. So, but that's okay. We live and we learn. Hey, it's a power scrap. We were doing it and we were getting the job done. And I was trying to make this quick and simple and not about a long drawn out process. So, and I think I achieved that. So let me know below, did you get value out of this? Did you learn anything? Will you be making the adhesive spray? Because it is amazing. It is so good. It is fantastic. And would you like me to, I could make, if you want me to make a short video, tips and techniques, I can make one for you if you would like. Let me know below. Tips and techniques on the adhesive spray. I know people use hairspray and stuff like that on layouts as well. I don't use hairspray because the smell of it gives me a headache. And yeah, whereas the alcohol spray, once it's dried, the smell's gone. So yeah, so there you go, guys. There is my layout. What do you think? Let me know what you think. Here's the close-ups for you. Don't forget to do all the like, subscribe, share, comment, all the YouTubey things. And like I said, I will be doing some silly season power scraps for you over the next December, January. And that way you can have some bite-sized pieces of scrappy goodness in between watching the longer ones. So there we go. I love all the glitter and shimmer and shine, and it's kind of like a watermark in the background. On top of these beautiful candy canes, they're from PEARTREE cut files. I will link those below for you. It's not an affiliate link, it's just where I bought them from. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I will be back with you tomorrow with another video. Bye for now.